Move on. Let's talk about my girl, Wendy Williams. How you doing? So the last time we talked about Wendy, we seen that she was out and about. I think she was at Dr. Sebi's son's wellness store, and they were buying up some holistic products and things of that nature. And we had a rare sight of Wendy, and she was looking real good. She put on some weight. She was with her son, Kevin Jr., who some people's out here saying that Kevin ripping her off and all this other stuff. And it's like, first of all, I do not think little Kevin's ripping off his mother. One of the things she did say when she was coherent and we didn't know about the temporal aphasia and the dementia, that because he is her only child, she literally just rolls out the red carpet for him financially and she gives him whatever he wants. That's her only child, so she spoils the hell out of him. So for people to sit up out here and say that he's been taking advantage of her, and he basically said in the interview that a lot of the money that he was spending was basically on taking care of his mother. So we have that. But so she was in good spirits. But now comes word that her conservator has filed a lawsuit. Her guardian, conservator, same shit, different toilet, right? So apparently, her guardian has filed a lawsuit against Lifetime and said that Wendy didn't really make no money while she did the documentary, while the creators made most likely millions. Now, how you gonna prove that? You got to be able to. I guess you're gonna have them pull up to see how much money they made, and we'll see. But here's what the story said. Now, they said Wendy Williams' guardian is suing Lifetime's parent company, A&E Television Networks, Lifetime Entertainment Services, E1 Productions, Creature Films, and its executive producer, Mark Ford, and claims the host made chump change in comparison to the money they allegedly made. Now, court documents obtained by Page Six and filed by guardian Sabrina Morrissey claim Williams, who's 60, only made $82,000 to date, while those who profited off her heartbreaking story likely made millions. The complaint alleges that the network, along with the producer Mark Ford at E1 Productions, allegedly profited immensely from their exploitation of the former radio DJ for Where Is Wendy Williams, which aired back in February. Morrissey claims that despite filming sessions on numerous occasions, Williams has personally received around 82 grand. The two-part docuseries chronicle Williams' declining health and alcoholism, all of which contributed to her being placed under a court-ordered guardianship in 2022. They said this is a paltry sum for the use of highly invasive, humiliating footage that portrayed her in the confusing throes of dementia, while defendants who have profited on the streaming of the program have likely earned millions. This is what the conservative further argues. Now, in the docuseries, Williams was incredibly vulnerable, often breaking down into tears on camera. In one scene, the former Wendy Williams show host cried over her finances, saying, "I have no money." Williams' conservator argues that the host was already in a vulnerable mental state when she filmed. And she was also self-medicating. Let's not forget about that. That Wendy was out here drinking, her woes, spend all day in bed, drinking, hiding bottles. Somebody was enabling and bringing her those bottles. Are you trying to imply that maybe it was the producers? But we've seen the people that was in her circle that didn't have a best interest. Will Selby, that big back broad that was sitting next to her. Yeah, let's pull her picture because I got her picture. This chick. She was another one who wanted the opportunity and was taking advantage of Wendy. You get a lot of these people in them circles. Her situation, in my opinion, is very similar to Brittany. When you are in your most vulnerable and you invite all these succubuses and vultures in your life and they see you as a money, like a bank, and they want to take advantage. They see you as their very own, even though you having issues with Wells Fargo, they see you as their own person of Wells Fargo. So in February, it was revealed that the iconic TV personality had been diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia as well as aphasia. A series of tests showed she had started to lose words and act erratically. Defendants not only deliberately destroyed her credibility and image, but they also did so when she was incapacitated and able to consent to or avoid being filmed. Here's the thing. Now, if you are the conservator or if you're the person in charge of making sure that Wendy gets the help that she needs, whatever the case was, don't they, when you have a conservator or you have a guardian, don't they have to go, because she can't basically, if you know her situation and she can't make up her own mind about stuff. The question I have is, Isn't it up to Sabrina to make the decision and sign on the dotted line? Isn't it up to the manager that she had, Will Selby, and to come up with the decision on, okay, so now we're going to give her, we're going to put her on TV and she's going to make money and do all this other stuff, because he was in denial about the whole situation on the show, too. And then you had all her other enablers. And then you had the family coming in and stepping in, and that was the only time they could see Wendy that was seeing what was going on. So if the network can prove that Sabrina ain't no damn angel in this situation, then Sabrina, I don't understand why you're doing this lawsuit. Because if y'all were aware that this was the situation, the vulnerable state that she was in, because I feel like that if Britney Spears couldn't make decisions for herself, but you had her father and all these other people that was attached to that conservatorship making decisions for her, and she just had to go along to get along, then I'm sure Wendy Williams had the same type of situation. So I don't understand how y'all sitting up here trying to make it seem like that, oh, Wendy just woke up one morning and it was just cameras in the room and they was filming all of this, and now she's exploited. She didn't make no money. Like, there had to be people in place that she hires to go and negotiate her deals. When Big Kev was in the picture, he was negotiating her deals and getting her what she needed. Yeah, he got off on the back end and he was out here showering his mistress with all the other things that he was giving her while trying to keep his show pony busy. But at the same time, I don't feel like all these other people that's in her life, like Will Selby and Sabrina, are innocent in this at all. I just feel like Sabrina is looking at this like she's embarrassed, she's been exposed, and now she's trying to save face by filing a lawsuit. I don't think she has a case in this whole situation, but maybe she does. If you got all your I's dotted and your T's crossed, present it in front of the court of law, and we'll see what happens when it comes down to it. Because yeah, it was uncomfortable, and don't get me wrong, as much as I love Wendy Williams, and Wendy Williams is someone who has definitely been an inspiration for me doing what I do in regards to talking about celebrity news, gossip, pop culture, that sort of thing. She is the pioneer. She is the one to do it. Before there was a TMZ, there was a Wendy Williams. Before Harvey was out here doing what he doing, Wendy walked. So a lot of these people out here, including myself, can run and financially benefit off of the celebrity news and gossip. So before all of this other stuff, excuse me. So I don't know. I just feel like Wendy was taken advantage of on both sides. What I loved about the documentary is, like, while it was uncomfortable to watch, because I almost lost my train of thought. While it was uncomfortable to watch, the thing that I got from it, analyzing and digging deep, because I love the deep dive. I don't just sit and do surface best. I'll dig deep and try to see what the tea is. One of the things I loved about it is that it exposed all these people that were in her life, exploiting her, taking advantage of her, and we was all giving y'all the side eye. So I'm glad that this thing came out. So whether you talking about she was exploited, whatever the case is, the fact of the matter that Wendy's conservatorship was exposed for what it is, and we saw the vultures doing what they was doing, and Lifetime basically showed us what was going on behind the scenes and pulled the curtain back, Wizard of Oz style. I'm glad it came out, but I will definitely be keeping abreast of the story as it develops to see if Sabrina got a case. I don't think she does, but like I said, if she has enough evidence and proof and dot all her I's and cross all her T's, we'll see if she'll be able to get a case and if she'll be able to financially compensate from it. I didn't even look to see what is she asking for. So if she's filed a complaint, what does she want? So it says, so I'm going to just read and see if there's anything in there. So it says, per the complaint, Wendy has stacked up her legal team by hiring high-powered civil rights attorney Roberta Kaplan and her partner Tim Martin, who represented E. Jean Carroll against Donald Trump. As our complaint shows in painful and excruciating detail, A&E, Lifetime, and Mark IV viciously and shamelessly exploited Wendy Williams for their own profit while she was obviously incapacitated and suffering from dementia. This is what Kaplan Martin LLP and Carl Cadwallader, Wickersham, and Taft LLP, attorneys for Wendy Williams' guardian, tells Page 6. Their behavior truly shocks the conscience, and they should not be permitted to profit from her suffering. We are proud to represent her guardian in holding them accountable. So you got Wendy's legal team basically supporting Wendy Williams, guardian, but not Wendy Williams, because I don't think Wendy filed this lawsuit. this is the people that I guess are part of it. So is this like a shakedown? Is this some way y'all trying to profit off of the thing and you basically using Wendy's legal team to fight your battles? Because I'd be like, sis, if you coming out saying was you need to find your own damn lawyers. Why is Wendy Williams' lawyers taking on this case? If Wendy Williams herself has not gone before the court of law and filed the lawsuit, this sounds like it's from the conservator. So, like I said, but they said that Morrissey opposed the series from the start. But I'm like, if you're a part of the conservatorship and they have to go through you, how is it that it's just not the math ain't math? And I just don't understand how that was allowed. And you just kind of like you just completely oblivious. Like, what's the point of you being there then? But you want to file this suit. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna keep abreast of the story as it develops. But let me know. I want to hear what your thoughts on this. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below.